welcome. Hi, it's Rose. I'm your creative guide here at Wild Rose Bohemian. Hope you'll join me today. Got a quick 10-minute make for you. Today we're making folios, and these are folios to tuck in your journal. They also will stand alone. Because we're celebrating 4,000 subscribers, I'm also offering the information on how to download this freebie, which is some paper. The paper itself is actually the full sheet of paper, but I wanted to show you. This one has the different sheets printed to it, so you can see it's a like lace, floral, and script type paper. It's really beautiful. It's my thank you gift to you. So that I've used that to make this folio here. I'll just show you. These come together really quick. All I'm actually showing you in this video though is how to kind of make the base, and the decorating will take you as much or little time as you like. I made these 3 folios here in about an hour with the decorating, which is still really, really fast to make a folio. So the folio that we're going to make in the video happens to be a folio for the Sovereign Soul Almanac collection. This month it's called Inner Orchard, and that happens to be a collection that I offer each month on Substack, and it's something for people that if they want to go deeper. So this tutorial that I'm going to give you can be used with any set of papers. I just end up using these papers in the actual video. I wanted you to see that there's a lot of different ways to finish the inside. And this one here is made with the Shabby Whispers, which is the subscription kit for the month of August. You do not have to use any of the papers that I've used here, but I wanted you to see a couple of samples there. So I hope you join me, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Good morning. Hi, it's Rose. I'm doing a folio quick. This is one of the 10-minute makes. I'm taking Corey Damon up on her challenge. Her and I think Tracy Fox is helping her with that, but she issued a challenge to some of us makers, all of the makers, to do something in 10 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. I want to show you that what I've done first here is I'm using file folder, and I printed on my file folder with my printer directly onto the file folder. I've cut the file folder to match the size of my paper so that it fits into my printer. And I've, you can see, left the edge here so that this doesn't end up on my printer roller. Okay, I'm going to go and print this double-sided, and I'll be right back. I wanted you to see how I'm just peeling it so that I'm working with a cardstock. Okay, so I've printed on both sides now. And I just want to say a couple of things about the pages themselves, the ones that I chose. You can use the ones that are on the top, that have the opening on the top, the middle, or the bottom. And you can also do it not paying attention to the tabs. But I wanted to show you. So my prototype had it down on the bottom, and I decided that I actually prefer it on the top. You can make a a choice when you're printing them. It doesn't really matter. So what you need to do from here, so you've got your 2 pages, and you're just going to do a little bit of scoring. So these sizes, this is optional. This is considered optional here. So the page that is the outer page will be the one that has the little divot. It's also not as wide if you cut it to match the edge of your paper here. So what we need to do here is, I want this to be 8.5 inches, which is what it's 11 now. So I'm just wanting it to be 8.5 here. The reason for that is because of some of the pages I may insert later. But what you're going to just do is basically, oops, measure correctly first. Just going to score here. And I found that if you use your bone folder along the way, it helps, but I can't find mine at the moment. So I'm going to use my ruler, which this ruler actually works almost better. So. Okay. Next fold I want to make is I want these edges to match. Can see this. It's important to get it straight. Let me do it from this side to show you. So these edges match here. And then what I'm going to do, cut here. See, that's right here at the fold line. Okay, and I'm going to set it aside and work with my other one. You can kind of see how I folded it. I've opened it up and folded this away. I'll give you some choices in a minute here. You want to make sure that all of these are straight. It helps with the way your project ends up looking. Okay, so this one gets folded a little bit differently. This one gets folded with these edges matching. Okay, so that we have a tab opening up here. Okay, and this one is actually going to get cut off at the 8.5. So I'm going to cut this one instead of folding it. I'm going to cut off oops. So just get folded like this. Yeah, it did that on me again. Okay, so I'm wrong. I'm gonna cut this whole thing off. Because I want my edges to match, I did a little bit of miscalculating with my I'm just trimming it because the exact size doesn't matter so much, okay? But you do want it to look like a file folder here. So the next thing you're gonna do, I'm gonna work with a 3-inch width. You can do what you want. You can pick your width, and making this expanding is completely optional to you. But what I want to do is I'm going to cut this at 3 centimeters, and I chose 3 centimeters because I liked about the width, but I also liked the fact that it was easy for me to divide by 3. I do not like math. It's challenging for me. I probably need to shift my attitude about math. I'm scoring at the 1 centimeter and at the 2 centimeters so that these are folded. This is separated into 3 equal parts. That's what matters here on this piece is 3 equal parts. Okay, so and that your score lines are parallel. Now let's just put this together here. I'm going to cut this in half. Get out my glue. Make sure that your folder pieces are put together the way that you would like them to end up looking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on the shorter side first, both of my pieces. So when I've got them folded really well and they're kind of working well, okay, I'm just going to glue along here. And I'm coming just slightly in. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this here. And you can see I've come in just barely. It's maybe, let's see what it is. I tend to be able to go between metric and the imperial really easily because I grew up in Canada, so I don't, all of my tools are not always in the same thing. I really apologize. So this is about 1/8 of an inch, which I'm not sure what it is in centimeters, but okay. And so then you just want to make sure that it's folded here. And when you turn it over, you have some spots to trim. I'm going to use my scissors to trim that now. So that it matches the contour of my folder. going to glue this together. What you want before you put your glue down. Trim this too. If I wanted to, I could have rounded the corners here, and that should have been done before it's glued. So I'm going to do it now, but this is what you should end up with. It's to dry. Just a little bit of a opening. I don't want to do it too big, and so you can see that the number of folds that you have will increase the size of your opening. So you could do 4, you could do 5. I actually think you need to do an odd number, but you can see that that just increases that there. I also want to show you that from here, you could have done and made a different choice, which is to do it like this. And have this be your outside. There are no masks. I just happened to choose this way. Okay, so now we have a couple of other choices to make, because what we have is pages. At this point, I would consider myself, once I've glued this part, to have the base of my folio together. The next choices are all personal design choices. They are not must either, but you end up with a secure base that has this portion here, open, open, and open. It's got 4 pages. What I'm going to do is actually use the pieces that I had left over here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. So I'm going to use this to actually create some double pockets, and just trimmed a little bit furthermore. I've folded these the opposite side of what I want to be visible, so that these are offset about the same distance. I'm going to use that punch. Got my inking done, and I'm just going to glue these in. First, I'm going to glue these, figure out about how I want my pockets to stack. I could have them like that, or like this. That's a design choice. What do you think? This way? Because if I did that, I might want it more here. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do that. I was going to do something else, but we'll do it like that. There's so many different ways that you could put these extra pieces on as pockets. That gets to be your choice based on what you're working with. Actually, yeah, that's going to be a better design choice. It's always a balance with this stuff between what you like, what looks beautiful to you, and then functionality. And I think where form and function kind of marry themselves together. This clearly needs to be decorated, but the hashtag is JJ make 10-minute makes. I'll put that in the description box below. I think we've done that in about 10 minutes. But there's your base. And this could be used, this piece here, okay, it could be used in a couple of different ways. I've used it to make a closure before, and the way that you would basically do the closure is to fold it in thirds, okay, and then you'll use so here's what the finished one looks like here. Just tuck some fussy cuts in here. Really, you design it how you like. I wanted this to hold the different pieces for the Sovereign Soul Almanac offering this month, which is called Inner Orchard. So, I think it came together really nice. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again in another video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm Rose.